Hello Megan,
Hi.
welcome to Fashion Exposed.
Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation from Visual Metier. You spoke about visual merchandising today from your extensive background in retail yourself. What is visual merchandising exactly from your perspective, and how can you use it to excite the customer?
Visual merchandising is about, well, it's exactly that. It's about exciting the customer and tapping into the different senses. So, you're visually enticing the customer to want to come into your store. You make them stop to notice you. It's about enticing them to want to touch and have a tactile experience. And it's about laying out your store so to make the customer experience easy. So it's twofold. It's window displays that make an impact and attract customers and make them want to walk into your store and curious about what you've got. And then when they're in the store, a well laid out store, a store that's easy to shop in, a store that makes sense and is just really comforting and makes the customer want to buy.
Why is it so important for the retailer to have their branding and their message key and set down? Why is that important to visual merchandising?
Because it helps you understand where you're going. I mean, visual merchandising is how long's a piece of string. So if everybody's clear on the brand and the message that you want to get, that way you can, which comes across as the brand, the customer then knows who you're talking to. So if you're targeting 40 plus year olds, there's no point in having a window that's going to attract a 15-year-old. They're going to walk in the store and be confused and walk straight out again. So you're not going to be giving the right message. And the other thing I talked about in my talk was that it makes your team members understand who you are, and that way they feel confident in displaying the store because they don't have mixed messages. So it just really helps the translation come across easier.
Because you said it's also about educating your staff and giving them the responsibility if they come forward to be a visual merchandiser within the business.
Yes.
Should you be encouraging them to change it daily, weekly? What's your recommendation?
It really depends on what's happening.
Sure.
If you're quiet and if it's raining or the weather's changed or there's an influence that's made the customer traffic flow drop, then change it daily. Change it and if you're getting new stock in, change it, put new stock on so customers know exactly what's happening in the store. I wouldn't leave a window any longer than 2 weeks. I think people just become too bored with it and it just they tune out. So you need to be changing your windows constantly. Now you can leave your props in for a month, but make sure you're changing what's in the window on a reasonable level.
You also spoke about Roy G. Biv. Can you talk us through
Roy
this?
G. Biv.
Yeah, Roy G. Biv.
Roy G. Biv. Roy G. Biv is red, orange, green, blue, violet. So it's basically the rainbow. And by following the rainbow is the way the eye travels. So blue is the shortest light length. So the eye, that's the colour that the eye gets attracted to quickly, but loses attention span quickly too. So green is very calming and customers get drawn to that colour. Red creates alert and excitement. So if you have something going from red through to green through to blue, blue, green through to blue, I'm getting confused. Blue, green, red, if you have it going through in that method, then that's the way the eye will travel and it will be very calming on the customer and they will feel comfortable, and again they will shop easily and it just takes one more thing away from them to think about.
Absolutely. You mentioned systems also make an impact. What's one of the key VM systems that you personally use?
Triangles. Triangles are great. Triangles are the no-brainer that you just start with, because that way the eye starts at the top and moves down. It educates the customer's eye of where to travel and how to take in the whole display.
Absolutely. And what's your top tip for VM design? One thing, one takeaway that you really,
one takeaway
is crucial. Less is more?
Less is more, yeah, absolutely. Less is more, and making sure that you've put a little bit of thought behind it so that it makes an impact and you haven't wasted your time and you're not confusing your customers.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time, Megan.
My pleasure.
Cheers.